So go ahead, it's all yours.
Okay. I cannot start share screen while the other participant is sharing. So please stop sharing screen.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that. Okay.
Let's see. It should be up. Is it up? No, it's not up there.
Should be at the top.
Okay, stop share. There we go. Okay. There we go.
All right. Let's see.
Perfect.
Oh,
See my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So my topic is audio tag, video tag, and Canvas. So it's pretty easy. For example, like this text self-explanatory.
Okay.
With audio tag, what I would like to tell is a format. In order to play the audio, it should be in MP3, OGG, or WAV formats. Here is my example. Here is my audio tag controls. Add some elements to play, stop, etc.
Okay.
You just need to put source and path to your file and indicate the type.
Okay.
Okay.
How it looks on the page. The same with video tag. But the format which it supports is MP4, WebM, and OGG. Actually, this format is new for me. I have never met that before.
I haven't either.
It's not a very big one. The commonly used one is MP4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's video. Okay, here is my example. So there is no any other files like JavaScript or anything. Just video tag. You need to indicate width and height if you would like, and also controls, which adds those buttons. Path and format.
Very cool. So are there different ways to do controls for the video? I'm curious.
I think there is I think it's all about tweaking CSS for that.
Okay.
I think so. I've seen some I've been on CodePit and just to look at all these different players, and yeah, it seems like you use the same, what she has shown. It just CSS comes in and starts modifying it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, and the last tag is Canvas. Actually, Canvas is, I have a little article about history of Canvas.
Oh, yeah. Is this like a PDF?
Not really. It's like, okay, Canvas was developed by Apple. And since they use framework Quartz 2D to draw in two-dimensional space. So they developed that framework and it was used to develop this Canvas tag. And it was adopted by Mozilla and Opera and then standardized by WhatVG, W3C, and it became like part of HTML5. So some concepts are very similar with the like, programming language for iPhone or iPad.
Okay.
Okay, so in order to create Canvas tag, here it is. You need to indicate width and height, not in CSS, but on your HTML.
Okay.
Okay.
And after that, you need to give it ID to grab that canvas in your JavaScript file, and class just to add some style for this canvas. For example, I added here is my class just border to see where it is.
Okay.
Like this. This is my area where I will draw some figures, or like, this is my canvas.
Cool.
I can put it white. And it will disappear.
Oh, nice.
Let's leave it black just to understand where it is. Okay, so in order to draw in Canvas, firstly you need to grab your canvas, like to indicate where are you going to draw.
Okay.
After that, we need to add context and get context 2D. It's like a reference to this API. So it will be usually.
Okay.
You need to have this type.
Can you do
Okay.
3D as well for the context?
Good question.
Actually, there is some reference about that, but maybe next time I will explore more. Actually,
Okay. Good
Yeah,
deal.
that would be fun.
That's awesome.
Is this what you have open right here? Is this like a textbook that was for the course?
yeah, it's HTML5 CSS for the real world.
For the real world. Oh, okay. Duh. I do have that. Never mind.
I think Brother James has this book in his library. We can download.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. I will talk about 3D next time, okay? I had some reference, but like it's a big topic.
Good deal.
Yeah.
No worries.
Oh, yeah. Probably a lot of JavaScript coding there, I bet.
I was just curious.
Okay. So let's see this example firstly. It's more basic. So we use this variable context, stroke style. We can stroke or fill, two like methods. Stroke is the color of the line, and fill it's a background. Background can be in like both of them can be lines like name of the colors, or it can be like this format.
Mm-hmm.
It also fill rectangle is also like built-in method to draw a rectangle, and stroke rectangle is also like built-in method. This part is the coordinates. I will show you this on the picture. It has like their own coordinate system. Like this, see?
Okay.
0, 0, 200, 200.
So
So
like
our
starts
10,
from top to and it goes to left.
uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh, yeah, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 100, oh, 10, 10, 100, 100.
Okay.
Okay, and in order to draw a circle, there is no built-in method. So you need to do the following. Begin path. The method to begin drawing any figure. So it's like the first point. After
Okay.
that, it's a method which draw arc. And so using that method, we will draw circle. 100, 100 is the center of our circle. Then it's radius. Just a moment. Sorry.
No problem.
Here it is. X, Y, radius, start angle, and angle. So we are starting from 0, and here is
This is where we
the
use the
formula.
pi method.
Okay.
Huh.
So that's the end angle there, right? And then anti-clockwise is what the true is.
So what would happen if you put false?
Let's check it. I think it's the same.
Huh.
Interesting. I wonder if that's just the way that it draws it. That's cool.
So I wonder. So would it be like true would be positive, and then false would be
I think it just
negative, and then it just makes it the same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, I have found very interesting example of drawing on canvas. They draw a clock. And just a moment, I will find very quickly that link. And it's
cool.
really cool.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Just a moment. Canvas. They explain how to create a clock there.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you just the result.
Oh, that is cool, and it moves.
Oh, I like that. So
I
it's
gotta
like,
try to do that.
Yeah.
hey, can you send a link to that, Irina? That'd be great. I'd like to try that out too.
I will send it to our group.
Thank you.
Yeah, they explain step by step how to do it. It's really fun.
That's really cool.
Okay, that's all for today. Just some really basic
That's awesome. Thank you.
information about those steps.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you. That was great.
something I've never done before, so that's always fun when we get into that kind of stuff.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Okay, I I'll stop sharing.
Good deal. Thank you. Do you want to
Thank
go
you.
next, Hiram, or do you want me
Yeah.
to? Okay, go for it.
Oh, you have yours to share. I thought it was just the two of us. Let
What's
me
that?
see. I thought it was me and just the two of us, Irina and me. I didn't know you had yours too.
Oh yeah, I have one today as well. So
Okay,
I think I have
won't
one
take too
next
long.
week too, and then you guys will get a break from me. So
You've been doing it quite a bit. All right, let me see. All right, I'll share. Move this out of the way. All right. So what I got actually, sorry, I was supposed to start here. So I got the standard JavaScript events, including those for mobile devices and animation and transition events. So, all right, there's a lot of different events. I mean, there's on click and input, submit. On clicks don't. We click on a button,
Mhm.
input information. So usually on click and input will work together, and also submit. I think these are the most used. I'm sure there's a lot of other ones. I'm not sure. I'm not quite there in being a developer, but these are the most commonly used events when it comes to allow JavaScript to handle events in the HTML documents.
Gotcha.
They're just a few of many events. And also, I liked is that for the most part, events are used in combination with functions. Functions will not execute before the event occurs. So here's some of the other ones I was looking at. These are the ones that I used: the on drop, on drag over, draggable, on drag start, on mouse move, on mouse out. And the other one I have that it won't, I guess, really work on my desktop because it's mostly used for iPads or tablets, iPhones, is the on touch move.
Okay, that's cool.
So, and
I haven't used any of those ones before.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I like it. Let me see. Let me go ahead and. So here's mine. Here's my site. My page for that area. So I got drag me, where I can just click on it, move it over.
That's cool.
This is the one that won't work on the desktop. You can, if you guys try it out, it'll show on the iPad. I mean, on the tablet or phone. Here's the one that on mouse move, and on mouse out. So you can see that it shows the coordinates at the bottom, just going back and forth.
Oh, that's cool. Huh.
And it'll show the same thing for this. If you just put your finger and go across this line of sentence right here, it'll do the same thing right there. So let me go ahead and go here. Let me see where my source. There we go. So here's my JavaScript coding for those. So anyways, so this one's allow drop. This one, well, to show you where they are on the JavaScript. Let me see, on the HTML. There we go. All right, so we got. So we got here on I got the section. I have them in separate sections, and like right here we go. You just add on drop equals, and then the function that's in the JavaScript.
Cool.
So, where'd it go? Is it on drop? Oh yeah, allow drop. So these guys, when you add these into the elements, the on drop, and then you have on drag over, and then the functions from that JavaScript, from that function. These guys are what you may call are the triggers. to, I guess you could say it's a gun. You pull the trigger and then the gun shoots to the function and it'll show up what's going on here. So these guys will be the first thing to start the function.
Okay.
And it's the same thing over here. We got the on touch move function there with the function there. And then it's the same thing with these guys. I think let me see if we can, let's see. I guess it doesn't work. I thought maybe oh, there we go.
There it goes. Cool.
So yeah, if this was your finger, that's what it'd be pulling up right there.
Very cool.
And then this one is, this one doesn't have the on touch. That's what separates this one is that, let's see.
Okay, so on touch and now mouse over.
Yeah, do you see that? Oh yeah, on touch move. That's what it'll specify. You can also put it as a mouse move, which I probably should have done in the first place. Was also include that so it'll both work for your fingertip for when you touch it and for the mouse.
Okay, that's a good thought. That's great.
And so on this one's the same thing. You got the on mouse move, on mouse out. I probably could have done the same thing. You could. This one doesn't. This one will work with just the mouse when it's working there. So
okay, that's really neat, huh?
This was a fun one for me too. I liked it. Let's see. So yeah, we have here on the JavaScript. We have the allow drop. Then this one takes 3 functions for the drag and drop. So you have the one for allowing the drop event, then the other one's drag, and the other one's drop. So it starts off to allow the drag, and then you got the process of dragging it, and then the ending where you drop it onto the next. So it's pretty much the same thing with these other guys. So
that
this
is
one,
cool.
Yeah. So, so I kind of kept it simple, but do you guys have any questions? Oh, it does show here, like, you do want to specify, here we go, like the X and the Y, the client X, the client Y. At what point you're going to start and what point you're going to end.
Gotcha.
So you got the top to left. I guess this is standard with this is top to left. It always starts to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Top and left, and then you guys just move across, and you guys, you see the coordinates. It'll show the coordinates where you're at. So but yeah, you got so. Any questions?
Huh. I'm not sure what to ask yet. I want to go and look at your code later, just because I haven't used these events before, so. They look like a lot of fun, like that drag and drop thing.
Yeah,
you did really good with your CSS and everything, and so that's something that I want to do, and maybe do some tutorials on a website or something.
Oh yeah, There's I used a lot of from the W3 school site, and let's see, I also used this guy, the MD Wemdocs. And one I always also like is this, let's see, Dev. I don't know if you guys ever use DevDocs.
Not very often, no.
This one's also been pretty handy. It's got the events and where the events go.
Very cool.
But so far, this one's been one of my favorite spots. So
that's cool. Yeah, do you mind sharing a link?
Yeah, I'll do that.
To that site, that would be great.
Copy. Yeah, I'll see that now.
With this Camvas stuff and these drag and drop events, that's gonna be some fun stuff. So
yeah, it's been fun
going on.
I mean, there's so many other stuff you can use. Abort after, animation iteration, animation drops, and then
Yeah.
mouse scroll, mouse out. So it's nice. Wheel, I want to check that one out. So
Yeah, I've maybe used 10 of those. So
yeah, so it's fun. It was fun.
very cool.
But well, that's my presentation. It was pretty short. Are there any more questions? Other ones? Yep.
Not right now.
No? All right.
Could you please share the link to your website, like this topic?
Oh, you want me to send this one? Yeah, I'll send it.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
All right. All right, so yeah, let's see. Was there anything else that was helpful to me? I think that's it. I think that's it for me.
Very cool. Thanks.
No problem.
You mind unsharing your screen and I'll share mine?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot
You're
about that.
good. No worries.
There we go.
Good deal. Let me see here. Let me see screen share. Okay. So did you guys have that black bar on the top of your screen?
That you're viewing, Andrew, just that.
So when you guys were sharing your screen, did you have like this big bar that said mute, start video, how many participants and that kind of thing?
Well, mine's at the bottom.
Oh, is it? Okay. Good deal. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully.
mine also the bottom.
Is it? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get this to work then. So.
Yeah, Zoom does take a little bit of getting used to, but it's a good.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, I'll use Opera because my Chrome isn't working very well.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, that's all right. Well, every once in a while, my screen gets really small, and then what I have to do is find where it is, and it's hidden like off the screen somewhere. So I have to close everything and reopen it up. So just for the sake of time, the topic that I am doing today, refresh. Okay, it looks like I haven't pushed it yet. So let me open this up. Sorry about that. Not file. Oh, and it looks like it's here. Okay. So my topic today is going to be on Ajax. And Ajax is just a way of moving different types of data. So what Ajax stands for is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So what Ajax does is it moves text files. So you can move JSON with it, you can move XML with it, you can move text files with it. As long as it's text, you can use it to move data back and forth from different places. Now, with what I'm going to show you today, it only allows you to make Ajax calls with files that are on the server that you're using. So let me actually come in here to Opera and show you an example. Let me know if you guys can't see my screen. I'm going to try to do this so that I can move things around. Ajax. So looking at this image here, this kind of shows you how the Ajax request works. So we have our browser here, which we're using, just like I'm using Opera or whatever. So an event occurs, just like Hiram was talking about. We create an XML HTTP request object in our JavaScript, and we send the HTTP request, and that request gets what we're asking for. The server processes the HTTP request and creates a response, such as that XML, text file, HTML file, and whatever it is, and it sends it back to your browser. So it comes down through here. The process, so the JavaScript processes the response, and then the page updates. And the cool thing about this, the asynchronous portion of this means that in order for the page to update, it doesn't have to reload. So it does it automatically, which is really cool.
Oh, really? That's...
Yeah. So let me open up, and this is JavaScript Ajax HTML. So what I did, one of my hobbies that I like to do is I like to hike up in the mountains. I'm from Colorado. Oh, looks like Joshua joined us. Let me.
Okay, you can wait.
Okay. Yeah, let me have him join the link. Okay, there we go. Let me, while we're waiting for him, I'm gonna stop the window and reopen it up.
Hopefully he's got Zoom already.
Oh, do you have to download it?
I guess you don't. Actually,
okay.
No. Let's see if he'll...
Okay.
Oh, quick question. Is Opera also like kind of like Chrome? It also offers that developer, tools and stuff like that.
The developer tools like this one up here that I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
I don't think that actually works in Opera. I think that one's just for Google Chrome and for Mozilla Firefox.
Yeah, Mozilla. Okay, that's good to know, Mozilla.
Yeah. But anyway, let me go live here, and it looks like Joshua joined us. I think his mute might be on. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, yeah, we can hear you.
Great.
Okay. Hope you had a good time this afternoon.
Yeah, I did. I just rushed back from BYU. So have you guys done any topics yet?
Yes, we have. I'm going over Ajax right now.
Okay.
So do you guys want me to restart again, or should I just continue on?
I guess you could continue.
Okay.
That'd be fine with me if you wanted to restart.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Good deal. Well, so my topic's on Ajax. Let me just show you really quick in here this image again. So basically, Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So what that does, it being asynchronous, that means you can send a request. The request works in the background and sends information back to the browser. That way you can use the browser to do other things while you're waiting for that message to get back from the server. And so this allows it so that your page doesn't have to reload once you get the information back. It'll just insert it into the page. But here's a nice little image of how that works. In your JavaScript, you make an XML HTTP request, and you make the request to the server. The server goes through and it processes your request, and it sends you a response. And then the JavaScript can use the response once it gets it to update your page. And I didn't have time to go back and finish mine up, so it's a little bit misleading. It looks like you can type stuff in, but you can't. It's just a button click right now. But like I was saying, I like to climb mountains. In Colorado, they're called 14ers because they're above 14,000 feet. And so I wanted to create a little app so that we could find out more information about each individual mountain peak. So I went out online and I found a JSON file with this information so that we can look at it more in depth. So what happens if I click the Grab Stats button is it gives you a little bit of information on how our Ajax request works. So we have 4 different steps. So I put some I put an if-then statement in so that we could see what's going on here. So the first step is that we made a connection with the server where this information is stored. Second part is your request was received by the server. The third one is your request is being processed by the server. So just like we were seeing in that image I just showed. And then 4, the response has been sent and is ready to process. So now we have the correct information. Then the JavaScript here on the browser that's running is going to process it. And oops, why did that go away? Let me try that again. Okay, here we go. So it goes in and it reads the JSON file, and I made it so that we could see a list of all of the 14ers from Colorado in here. And I made my HTML and inserted it into the page. So now we can come on and click on any one of these, and then it'll pop up some more information about that specific mountain peak. And then, yeah, so this is all stuff that's stored in that JSON file that we got back from the server. And then we can go and look at more information. I made sure that we had a link that would actually take us to see some more information. So if we click that, it'll take us to a new website, and we can go and look at different trails, different routes up to the top of the mountain peak.
Nice.
So that's what my little application does. Let's go ahead and look at the JavaScript. And actually, let me open up the JSON file as well, which I actually saved in a different place. Here we go. Okay, so this is my JSON file here. This is all that information that can come and be displayed on the page. So this is what we're actually, oh, go ahead.
Is this what you created?
I actually went out and found this online. I thought it was complete, but I actually found out that there's some duplicate information in here. So I'm actually going to go through and make sure that the information is accurate. So like here we have a mountain peak for Mount Eolus, and it gives us a URL to Mount Elbert, and so does this one, and so does this one. So I have to go through and make sure that the information is accurate later on.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this is actually the document that we're requesting back from the server when we make our Ajax request. And so if I come over here, actually ajax.js. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, So up at the top here, I'm actually using event listeners like you were doing, Hiram, except I put all of mine in the JavaScript itself. So I grab the specific element and then I add an event listener to it in the JavaScript. And in this case, I'm using click for each one. And then that goes and makes the function run. So
okay.
yeah, so in this case, when we click on the button, we come down here to our get mountain function, and this creates a new XML HTTP request. So this is what we actually use to do that. And here, the request object has a functionality called on-state change. So this is we're actually giving this a value of an anonymous function that we have here. So it's like a function within a function. But when we come through here and we look at the ready state, which is what was showing up in those alert boxes, and so this is just showing what that's doing. So we could easily go and get rid of these if statements here. I just wanted to do that to show you guys what was going on in the process.
Gotcha.
And then when the ready state equals 4, that means that we've received the information, and the status of the request is 200, meaning that it came back okay. So there was no issues with making the request. Then we're going to come down and run this stuff. So I created a variable to hold the object that we requested back. So if you guys remember my presentation last week, I used json.parse to parse the JSON to turn it into an actual object. And then I save that into mountains. In the browser, I outputted that so that we could see it, so we could see our object. So if I come in here, and let me run this again real quick. And we can see that the object was created after I parsed it as the JSON. And then we can go through here and we can go and see all that information that was in that JSON file. And now it's a JavaScript object.
Oh, nice.
So coming back here, once I did that, I set a global variable to be equal to the object so that I could access it in another function when another event handler was being listened to. But once I do this, I have a display in order function here that displays all the mountains in order by how tall they are. And so I have an ordered list here, and I output each item in the JSON file because it comes back as an array in an object. And so I can just loop through and display all 54 of them out on the page. And so
in order of the height, the tallest to the smallest?
Exactly. So Mount Elbert's the tallest, and then Sunshine Peak is the shortest, all within 400 feet of each other. So it's not a big difference, but
I gotcha. That's cool.
But yeah, that displays that. And then up here, I have another event that when I click on them, and with this, I probably should have done like you did, Hiram, and prevent the default of the link, but my links stay on the same page, so it didn't really matter.
No problem.
And so that comes down and runs the get mountain stats function. and this comes down, and depending on, so when I actually click on that, I grab the target, and that in there in my HTML I had an attribute called data number, and gave it the value that was listed in that it was given when it went through that first loop beforehand. And so it gave it a number, so I knew which one was which. So when I click on it, it'll go through and grab that information and display it as an unordered list. So come in here, click on Capital Peak, it'll come in here and display that information.
Nice.
But anyway, do you guys have any questions about Ajax, what it's used for? Is any of it confusing?
So with Ajax, it's all on the same page. It's not reloading any pages at all.
Exactly. So you'll notice when I press this, the page won't reload at all. So it goes through, it grabs the information, and I can click on one of these, and the information is just displayed in there.
Do you know what type of files that Ajax can use? Is it like TXT files, JSON files, or any type of file?
Yeah, so it's basically any kind of text file. So you can do text files, you can do JSON files, you can do XML files, you can do HTML files. I think those are the big ones. I'm not sure if it supports any others.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to know if you could do like Word or PDF. Probably not.
No, I don't think you could do
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay, anything really just text-based.
exactly.
Okay.
Good deal. The cool thing about this is you can actually use Ajax to grab data from a third-party API, such as like a weather site, or from Twitter or something like that. You can actually make an Ajax request to their API, and they'll send you back usually some XML or a JSON file. And you can actually use that remote data in your website. The only issue with that is it makes it hard with Ajax by itself, because it doesn't support cross-domain requests. And so there's some ways to get around that while using Ajax, but there's other more friendly ways to do that, such as using ECMAScript 6 promises, or it makes it really easy to do that in jQuery if you guys ever took CIT 230.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
So
I have a question about, I don't know if APIs is part of Ajax, but how do you find out about APIs? And is an API just getting data information from another website?
That's exactly it. You use it to grab information from another website. So in the 230 class this semester, they're actually changing it from, one second, this is, see how small this gets? I don't know why it does that every once in a while.
Yeah, that's weird.
But anyway, we're using AccuWeather as an API, but you can see down here in, I've been looking through the documentation, but a lot of websites will have APIs so that you can create your own little apps. So you can come here and you can sign up for an API key, which basically gives you access to their data that they keep. and you can make requests to that and grab information and insert it into your application.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that you had to like make a contract with somebody to use their data, otherwise it'd be like copyright infringement. I don't know.
That's true. That's why you have to get the API key.
Key.
Yeah, they'll call it a key, or they might have some different words, but you do have to sign some type of a contract. And you have to follow their rules when you use their data. So you can get APIs for free, but you still do have to kind of sign that contract and be aware of that.
Okay, so you would suggest just typing in the website name and then just APIs after it into Google?
Yes.
Okay. And how would you reference an API within your code?
It's different with everyone. So
okay.
Basically, you need to make some kind of request. However, they're expecting that request to come. And then once that request is made, they'll send you that data back. But you have to follow what they're looking for. So.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
A good way, I guess API, they talk a lot about it in CIT 240.
Okay.
Networking course. We're starting to just get into API right now.
Very cool. Yeah, in my CS 246 class, we built a small program in Java that used an API to grab tweets that had hashtag BYU Idaho in them.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat. But I do have some different stuff with getting API information from Weather Underground, and I could probably share that briefly with you guys next week if you want.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, good deal.
Be cool.
Anyway,
all right.
Any other questions, issues anyone's having before we log off?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good too.
Oh, I do have a question about our resources and our links. Do you mind putting those all into the resources channel?
Yes, I'll make sure I do that.
Resources channel. Oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah, we just drop all our resources in there. And your websites, so I can go update the repository link spreadsheet.
All right. We'll do that.
I was going to ask you, Josh, with this video, do you have like a YouTube channel you're posting it to? So I can post it.
I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not recording. Is someone else recording?
Yes, I'm recording right now. So I was gonna...
Yeah, you could either. Are you when you say you're recording it onto the cloud or to your computer?
I'm recording it onto my computer right now.
Okay, then all you have to do is, just send it to.
I'll just upload it to my YouTube, and I will put it. I'll put a link out there so that we have access to it.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay.